Hey everybody, I am the MoeChicken. Welcome to my stream. We are going to be back on Dark Cloud 2 tonight. Do I have anything else to say? I have something that might be interesting to some folks. I have actually started the creation of a merchandise shop through Teespring. It doesn't have a whole lot there yet. I'll go ahead and show you what's there right now. Switch. Let's see if it switched. Yes. Okay. So that's the URL, moechicken.creator-spring.com. It's got a couple of shirts and some stickers. I'm gonna add more stuff as I go, but oh, hey, Ruguru. Yes, thank you. This is brand new, so if you're interested in having a shirt with my face on it, here you go. What was I gonna say? Yeah, if you got any ideas for things you'd like to see or like types of apparel you're interested in, they actually offer like a lot of different things. And they offer like mugs and stuff. I was talking to someone about like some mug ideas earlier today. Just this and that. But I wanted to show y'all. This is going to show up on in my channel description later, and also in the description of my videos. So if you need the URL, if you want to buy a shirt from me, there you go. Anyway, go ahead and get in the game. Enough shilling. Enough shilling. Let's play some Dark Cloud 2. Oh, controller's not on. Turn on controller. Come on. You got it. There you go. Okay. Oh, yes, we are back with Dark Cloud 2. In the last episode of this, we got to Chapter 5, which takes place in the village of Heimrada, which is a mountain village. I'm gonna let chat help me make something sometime. I mean, I'd be happy to take suggestions. That's actually where the fudge shirt came from. Like suggest a drawing? That could be kind of fun. Yeah, if y'all got any suggestions for like things you want me to like mock up, no guarantees they'll actually become products, but if there's something that you're like, oh, because like the fudge thing, that was something that y'all brought up when I was talking about emotes. I never even noticed how often I say fudge, and then someone was like, why don't you make a fudge emote because you say it all the time? And I was like, huh, okay, yeah, we can do that. So yeah, if there's stuff that you think would be cool, let me know. Hey, Hot Dog Sweet, welcome. We are back on Dark Cloud 2. I was just showing off my merch page. The other thing is, I'm still working on it, but I should have a subscriber Discord up soon. And from there, I'm going to start posting announcements, like stream alerts through Discord. So, if that's interesting to you, and you want to subscribe, I may make it a follower Discord because I don't got a whole lot of people here. But it's just something that, like, I gotta figure out how to do like permissions and stuff in Discord, and it's a mess. So we'll get there eventually. Anyway, the game. Yes, so we are in the town. We are in the town of Heimrada, which, as you can see, is beset by red fireflies, which are actually embers. Currently, embers are raining down from the volcano Mount Gundor, which is up there. I'm gonna take a picture of it. Yeah, there we go. That's Mount Gundor. It's an active volcano, and it's raining embers down. Which, oh, look at how weird the moon looks here. Oh, interesting. It's raining embers down, which means that if I were to try and build anything made of wood, it would burn. And actually, on that subject, you can very easily miss, a diorama thing here. If you don't put out a straw house and let it get burned down. So I'm actually going to place this as a sort of sacrificial lamb, I guess you could say. This will be burned down the next time we come back to this field, and we'll be able to take a picture of something called cinders. So that's a tip, because I didn't realize that the first time, and I missed it, because if you defeat the thing that's making the fire, basically if you beat up the volcano and get it to stop raining down embers, you can't get that anymore. So, easy one to miss. Also, our boy Max here has some new duds. Check out his sweet new explorer outfit. Doesn't he look cute? He's like a little, he's got a pith helmet and he's ready for jungle adventures or whatnot. Also, I got a sufficient number of medals so that now we can make him a clown. Unfortunately, I don't have enough for the hat yet. So he's a clown wearing a pith helmet or some other helmet. I can't actually give him the hat yet. But yes, if you want scary clown Max to haunt your nightmares, here he is. Also, he's got a heart on his butt. That's fun. All right, let's actually go into the Mount Gundor. So we are actually here because this is the site of Gundorada Workshop, which is a defensive base of the Resistance. Sometime in the future, as with so many other things, it was wiped out by Griffin. And so we're here to kind of try to restore it so that we can revive the great robot Paznos, which is the secret of the rebel army. And in order to do that, we have to rebuild Heimrada. So that's what we're doing in a nutshell. And now I'm going to run around and shoot Rifle Wolf. Hello, Rifle Wolf. Get shot, Rifle Wolf. Actually, come to think of it, didn't I need Rifle Wolf or something? There's a lot of monsters here. Hang on. Let me just do a little bit of this. Do a little bit of this. I didn't expect so many bad guys, like, right up front. Also, they're killing me? Maybe I'm not ready for this. I don't know. This guy's flying, which means I can't actually get up to him. There we go. All right. Everybody loves a clown, so why don't you? It's true. The whole world loves a clown, except for a large section of the world that doesn't, for some reason. Many, many people are afraid of clowns. I, fortunately, am not one of those people because I was never traumatized by a clown. I actually rather enjoy clowns from childhood because I watched the Bozo Show growing up, and so I have a strong association with clowns and laughter and fun for children. And I never watched something like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, so it was never traumatizing to me. Oh, let's see, what else is going on? I have been playing an unreasonable amount of Castlevania Harmony of Despair recently. I would love it. Also, I think... Who was it you, Hot Dog, or was it Cyber? Somebody was talking about Castlevania, or someone mentioned it when I talked about Castlevania Harmony of Despair the other day. They were like surprised to find out it was still available. And it is still available, and I would love to have people play with me. So if anybody wants to play Castlevania Harmony of Despair, you know, just hit me up, man. I love that game. I would be happy to play with other people. Because it's one of those games that, like, it is sort of structured to support... That was you? Okay. Well, if you're interested in playing, let me know. I would love to play with somebody. Because it's like... It's a game where you are kind of expected to play through levels many times. Because there's lots of things to get. It's all luck-based. And the faster you can do levels, the more likely you will succeed at things. You know, like, my problem right now is that I keep going through with, like, one character. And so, like, it takes me maybe 10 to 15 minutes to get through a single run. And then, you're kind of stuck. What platform was it? It is on PlayStation 3, which I know is a bit inconvenient. It's technically a PlayStation 3 and Xbox, but there's no cross-play between them, and I play on PlayStation 3, so it would not help me if you went and got it on Xbox. Also, hey Cyberday. I did not notice that the Everyone Loves a Clown was you, because once again, everyone is pink. Again, everyone is pink for some reason, except for Ruguru. Ruguru is not pink. But yeah, it's like it's a fun game, and it's a fun game to play with other people too, because you know, all the characters have like their quirks, and they all play differently, and it's fun to, like, when someone gets something cool, and then you get like a Megan Yord, and you're like, oh, what garbage. But you're still excited for the other person because you're a good sport. That's definitely me. I definitely don't get very vindictive when I get Megan Yords. Megan Yords are like this, how do I put... Okay, so to briefly explain, because we're just going through a level. Immediately stop talking about the game we're playing and talk about some other game. Yeah, like, the way that the weapon, like the drops work in the game is that each treasure chest pulls from like a list of potential items, and they're tiered. So there's like level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and oh, I leveled up! Yay! As you go to harder levels, the tiers of the treasure bump up. But there's still some stinkers in the treasure, like stuff that you get over and over and over again. And Megging Yord is one of the items that, if you had just one, like the first time you get it, you're like, this is great, I love this thing. The 10th time you get it, you're just sort of like, surely there are other things in this treasure chest that I can take. It gets very old very fast. Was I doing this? I was going this way. Okay, so put some scale in there. So it's definitely a game that like benefits from having other people play, because it just keeps you more engaged with the process. It gets you through dungeons faster and stuff. So I don't know. I'd be happy to play with other people if people are interested in playing. My recommendation, if you're curious, is to try to either watch the stream I did of it, see what the game's like, or actually go out and try and get it on like PlayStation 3 or Xbox. Although if you get it on Xbox, I can't play with you. And give it a shot. I think it's a fun game. But then again, I also played it a lot when I was younger, and I like the exploration Castlevania games anyway, so I'm already kind of geared towards liking it. I may actually play a little bit of that at the end of this stream, depending on how this goes, because like one of the things that is a bit unfortunate about Dark Cloud 2 is that as you go further in the game, as you might expect, the dungeons become longer. And as cool as it is that every level is like randomized, it does mean that the gameplay gets kind of samey. That's actually why in the last dungeon I played some of it off camera, was because I was like, this is just me grinding levels. It's probably not as interesting as it could be. I figure y'all probably want to see like the story bits and the interesting bits. So I'm gonna play some of this and then stop and play something else. We'll see. Because I actually I have not yet shown you all of the playable characters in Castlevania Harmony of Despair. So that's an option. Oh, also, in the last episode of my stream on Tuesday, I was playing more Nance, and I ended that stream with a puzzle that involved clocks. And I was very concerned because I was like, this is going to be an awful puzzle. It's going to take me ages to solve it. And so I was like, I'll look into it off camera, try to figure out how to beat it, and then show y'all the solution on camera. And I sat down expecting to have to work on it for like, an hour or so, really think about it and like take notes. It was way easier than I was making it out to be. It was so much easier to solve than I thought it was gonna be. Basically all it was like, if you weren't there for it, because I actually don't think any, I think Possum was the only person in that stream. The puzzle involved like 5 mantle clocks that all progressed at different speeds. And the idea was that you were supposed to make them all chime 12 o'clock at the same time. And when I first did it, I was like, oh no, this is going to be terrible. They're all going to be slightly off. I'm going to have to like calculate how fast each one's going. And like, I was really making it out to be like a monster of a puzzle. Well, it wasn't at all. All I did was I set them all to the same time and then waited for one of them to hit 12 o'clock. And that was the fastest one. And then I just determined how far from 12 o'clock all the other ones were. I switched the fastest one back to 6 o'clock. That was like the starting point I did. And then set all the other ones to be however far they progressed in that time away from 12 o'clock, and then just did it, and problem solved. It was like way easier than I was thinking it was going to be. So, yeah. So we will be able to move forward when next we Nance. Speaking of Nance too, I think I told y'all about this, that I got, yeah, I told you about it, when I got that first edition Nance book from my friend on Discord. I finished it today. Man, like, I know it's probably not the most masculine thing to say, but like, this girl's adventure book from like the 30s is great. Like, I honestly really recommend reading Nancy Drew, especially if you like the video games, because the video games really do a good job of capturing the same kind of feel of Nancy Drew books. So like, as I was reading the book, I'm like, yep, I could see this being a her interactive game. Makes perfect sense. So, hey Possum, welcome. He's back on some dark cloud pool. And also, since there are a couple of people here now, and only Rugaroo was here when I started, I want to let you all know I did finish setting up a merchandise shop. It is at MoeChicken.creatorspring or creator-spring.com. I can show you again later on in the stream. And you can go there and buy stupid things with my face on them. So feel free to shop if you are interested. I have actually heard from a friend of mine that I have made at least one sale. Hooray for that. Very, very happy. And I also ordered one for myself. Like, at first, when I was putting together, I'm like, oh, this will be a great opportunity for me to make stupid shirts and sell them to myself. And then I was honestly surprised that, like when I showed it to that friend, I was just sort of like, hey, look at this dumb thing I did. Nobody's gonna go here. And then like the next day, he was like, I bought one of your shirts. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. I didn't think that was gonna happen, but thanks. So, yeah, you never know. Anyway, yeah, that's that. How y'all doing today? Are you having a good Thursday? My Thursday has been pretty good, all told. I got a haircut today. It was very thorough. Like, the haircutter I go to is a very, like, no, not that. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to eat food. I didn't mean to throw a bomb. I meant to eat food. Stick Joe! Die, Stick Joe! Yeah, the haircutting place I go to, you're hungry? I'm sorry. Go get food. The haircut place I go to is like kind of a hit and miss affair because a lot of the people there don't speak English very well. And so sometimes it feels like I tell them what I want done and they get it, you know, just right. And then other times I tell them what I want done and they just kind of do whatever they want to do. And I just kind of accept it. Ooh, killer chili. Hey, let's talk about your killer chili.
All right, that takes care of you guys.
Did you make it out of a box, Cyber, or did you make it fresh yourself? Oh, Sfida in this area is not fun. Oh, got a duck for a bit? All right, it'll be a VOD. Hot dog, thanks for stopping by. Huckleberry. Tell me about your chili. I'm curious about your chili, Cyber. So the thing that sucks about this place in terms of Sfida is that, like, the steam vents on either side of the passageways are holes. And so you have to kind of keep it out of the steam vents as well. It's a bit annoying. Now I have a putter, but I haven't really been using it. Let me try using my putter. Oh, that's not very putty. Like that. See. Falls in the hole. Not helpful. The reason I typically don't use different clubs in this game is what you just saw. Like, if I spent time to, like, figure out the nuances of each, okay, good. Then, that'd be one thing, but, like, it's, where's the hole? Where's the hole? Oh, maybe I can do this. Can I cheat? Maybe I can cheat. Oh, I could barely cheat, maybe. Oh, I hope this works. Come on. Come on, cheat. Yeah, baby. Yes. Yeah, like if I took the time to, like, figure out all of the clubs and like how they all differ and stuff, then that might be one thing, but I've never bothered to do that, so it always just made more sense to get really used to one club and only use that one. Level up powder. Helpful. Helpful when I'm in a rush. Still have all these fish that I can roast and eat. Delicious. Delicious. Was that a Oh yeah, Taco Bell. I actually didn't eat Taco Bell for a long time. The first time, like, I think I ate Taco Bell for the first time only like a couple of years ago. Which is funny too, because I whenever I make tacos, I always use the Taco Bell branded seasoning packet. That's the one I specifically look for. So I honestly liked the flavoring of their meat. I liked the taco meat. But, I don't know, I didn't want to actually go to the place. So, it's not bad. I do think it's one of those restaurants that they kind of expect you to... Ooh, Mount Gundor Wind. Okay, only use Max's gun. I can probably do that. I think it's one of those places where they expect you to... what am I trying to say? Get, like, tacos with, like, a lot of stuff on them. And I don't really do that. Oh! Oh, it's a red seal. So I have to use Monica. Never mind. Okay, well, we'll just Monica it up then. It's cool. I like Monica. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I feel the same way about Five Guys. I think the thing that makes Five Guys stand out as a restaurant is the wealth of different ways you... Oh, it's a tree. It's a volcano tree. Okay, we're gonna do this. Hello, Steam Dore. It. Yeah, I think the thing that is supposed to make, like, Five Guys stand out is the fact that, you can get, like, a billion different things. Oh, chili recipe prologue. Large chuck roast in hot pan. Turn into crusty. Lower temp. Sprinkle with flour. Turn gently into a crusty. Slather with pepper jelly. Repeat crusting. Bake at 250 for several hours with onions. Oh. You make your chili differently than I do. I make mine on a stovetop. Baking. How does baking chili work? That's interesting. I like the idea of the crusting, though. Prepare yourself for the crusting. Hey, man. So fun to just chuck a rock at their head. Really funny. In a covered pan. So you actually do make it yourself. You just use pepper jelly? Do you use any other seasoning? You don't use, like, cumin or anything like that? I have recently become kind of obsessed with cumin. I like cumin a lot now. Ooh, it's a Gundron. Oh, he's got little dealy boppers now. Ha! 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 That's right. You get. Been trying to level up my my Gymron here, so that he can help me beat some of those monster transformation levels, because they're kind of a nuisance. The big problem right now is that he's not very strong, and so I actually run out of like monster transformation power before I kill all the enemies in the level. Like, he's not really in any sort of danger or anything like that. I just can't do enough damage. Very silly. Did I finish the thought about Five Guys? Whatever. Anything. Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah. What else is going on? Oh. Y'all want me to tell you about, like, this super awkward thing that happened earlier today? It was very uncomfortable for me. but silly. So I had to go to a Spencer's Gifts because I wanted another lava lamp. And Spencer's is like, I primarily think of Spencer's as the place where you buy lava lamps. Like, I know they sell other things. All I'm really interested in is the lava lamps. So I just go there to get lava lamps. And so I found one that looked good, and I went up to the checkout counter, and I went to check out my item. And after the lady rung it up, she said, "Would you like to round up or donate to support breast cancer research?" And I think it's a worthy cause. So I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll donate." And so I rounded up and then gave $5 on top of it. And oh right, can't do that. And so she was very grateful. And then like another woman, I guess who works there, walked up from behind her, and she said, "Did you get him to sign the boobs?" And I was immediately like, that didn't happen, but is she talking to me? And she pulled out this, like, it looked like a pillow, like a flesh-colored pillow, but it was boobs. It was like a stuffed animal, but boobs. And she held it up to me with the black permanent marker, and she said, "Congratulations, you're the first person who gets to sign the boobs." So I was just like, "Oh, okay." So I just signed this like plush toy of breasts and then left the store awkwardly. It was very uncomfortable and strange. Oh, that was my experience at Spencer's Gifts today. But I did get a lava lamp, so it's good. Yeah, it was definitely a thing that happened. Oh, so slather whole tomatoes. Hang on, let me read this. Chili recipe: slather whole tomatoes, peppers, onions, and garlic. Do not peel, and oil and cumin. Roast 300 degrees for a long time. Remove garlic after 20 minutes, but let everything roast until deflated. Allow to cool. Peel all stuff and remove stems. Put in pot with leftover roast. Add more. Oh, I just noticed that's a chuck roast. I had it in my mind that it was like ground chuck. So you actually let like a large hunk of meat basically like boil and fall apart. Then you put this other stuff into it. Wow, man, that's some fancy chili. I bet it was good. Good on you for making like complex chili. I just make it out of a box. I just get like the box chili and I'm like, "Oh, I'm the best chef ever." I make it, I'm like, "Oh, I'm so good at this." And then I put Fritos on it and I'm like, "Oh, I'm a genius. I'm the smartest man in the world. Nobody knew you could do this. I'm the first one. Figured out that you could put chili and cheddar cheese. Oh, so good." You know, this is a thing that I've noticed during the course of this playthrough. I really feel like my characters are very, like, weak. I don't know why. Maybe I'm used to the end of the game or something, but it feels like everything does a ton of damage to us. I feel like I'm always, like, repairing my weapons and, like, eating food to heal and stuff. I don't know, maybe the game's harder than I gave it credit for, but... I thought you were going to talk about how Spencer's has gotten very dildo forward. Well, yeah, I mean, a dildo being forward is generally the place you'd put it. It's true. I have not personally noticed that, admittedly. Because, again, I primarily think of it as a place you go to get lava lamps. So that's, like, all I do when I'm there is I just go get lava lamps. And otherwise, I don't really go into Spencer's. Oh, jeez. Eat food. Eat lots of fish. Roast this. I have 1 HP. Roast this. Eat it. Roast this. Eat it. I just roasted and ate 4 fish. I'm now ready to fight again. Oh my gosh. This freaking gun drawn. Stop, dude. Stop. I admit I have not noticed that Spencer's has become very dildo happy recently. Not really a thing I go there looking for, admittedly. I do feel as though maybe I just didn't notice it as a kid. I didn't remember how very open they were about their sex toys as a child. Like, I feel like when I was a kid, yeah, the back half of the store is a leather shop now, and like dildos and stuff. I feel like they used to kind of hide that a little bit, but like, no, not really anymore. It's just right out in front. Well, not right out in front. They still hide it behind like the t-shirts, but it's not exactly hard to find them. It really is more like a sex toy shop nowadays. It's strange to me, but I guess it's fine. Those are gifts. Those would be described as gifts. Alright, what do we got? Building up to... looks like this way. Alright, so we need... I have a lot of points in this. Let's put some Smash and Beast in there. Actually, what do these do? What is this? That'll work. Yeah, I'll do that. Gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, it'll give it to you. Anyway. Nice. Sure. Man, I really want to try your chili now, Cyber. I may actually try to use your recipe sometime. Is there anything in here that I don't have? Like, one of the things that makes it difficult for me to make certain foods that require, like, long cooking like that is I don't have a crock pot or, like, a pressure cooker or anything. So I would have to have, like, my oven going for, like, several hours, and that would just wind up making my house really hot. So it's a little bit more difficult for me to cook anything like that. Oh, another thing. Something that might be interesting to other people. Recently, I have been watching through Peanut Butter Gamer's struggles with Super Mario 64 Chaos Edition. If you are not familiar, many years ago, PBG started a series on his, well, apparently now defunct, PBG Gameplay channel, where he was going to, he naively thought a few episodes would be all he would need to do. Dutch oven over, yeah. So, it would just be too difficult for me to leave the oven on for that long, I think. Unless, let's see, bake at 250. I don't know if I can turn my thing down to 250 now that I think about it. Because, like, when I turn on the oven, it starts off at 350. I've never tried to make it go down, admittedly. Anyway, yes, many years ago, he started a playthrough of Super Mario 64 Chaos Edition, which is a special version of the game where I think it's every 3 minutes, there is a chance of one or multiple special effects to happen, all of which are designed to frustrate the player. So examples include things like you can't long jump, or Mario keeps like tripping and falling down, or more extreme ones like Mario gets flung across the room at random, and Mario is invisible. Mario can't move left or right. He can only go up or down, stuff like that. She looks good with a katana right now. I really like this outfit. This outfit is my favorite. I've said it before, still my favorite. I really like it a lot. And so he started that many years ago. After I think about 10 episodes on his regular channel, he stopped doing it and left it alone for many years. And then once he started streaming more, one of the ideas he had was to revisit Mario Chaos Edition. And so he actually did just that. And it took him years over the course of many streams, but he has actually beaten Super Mario 64 Chaos Edition. And I watched the whole thing, and it was moving. It was like a triumph of the human spirit. Just the sheer amount of like effort and frustration and like determination to get through this awful experience is striking. It's pretty amazing. So I recommend it if you like Mario 64 or you like to watch a man be beaten down by a video game for many episodes. One of those two, because both are true. What's I doing with this one? Guess I was going flame. I kind of don't want to go flame though. Flame is boring. I want to go lightning. I'm gonna start dumping lightning into this. Yeah, I like lightning. I honestly I don't know how he. Well, I know how he did it. He did it through determination in several sessions, but like, it's so it looks so frustrating. It just looks really frustrating. I don't know. That's on his Peebs channel. If you want to watch it, go check it out. I recommend it. I enjoyed it. And he does win. That's one thing I can say, is that it has an ending. Because again, since it took him so many years to get through, for many years, it was just like a futile effort, you know, and it seemed like the kind of thing that would never be finished. But it's finished. He actually did beat it. So, that's that. Otherwise, we're running around Mount Gundor. Probably go back and check on the Georama after this to see what kind of new things we can make. Yes. So other than chili, what y'all got going on? Anybody doing anything cool? Anybody working on anything? I've been working on a picture recently. I actually have it up on my other monitor right now because I was working on it before the stream. It is a picture of Yoko Belnades from Castlevania, and I think it's turning out very well, actually. I think I'm just gonna keep it a sketch in the end rather than like trying to really finish it up, just because I don't want to get like bogged down, so to speak. Like that's creatives out there might know what I'm talking about, but speaking of boobs, I've been noticing a theme at the arcades recently. Pinball game artists have a boob obsession.
Looks like we got 'em all.
Huh. I can't say I noticed that, but there was that one time I played that, Did I do that on my pinball games series? If you didn't know, I actually had a series on my YouTube channel where I did play, like, a bunch of pinball games. Not physical pinball games, but, like, video game pinball games. Yep, looks like we get them all. Pokemon. Also, welcome back, Awesome. And there was one that was like, what was it? It was like Fannie Mae's melon farm or something. And it was just like all like redneck women in like little crop tops with gigantic boobs. And they all had watermelons. So, oh, you've been here this whole time. I thought you were going to get food. Did you get food? I thought you were going to get, Taco Bell. I'm sorry, Possum. Oh, no! Blarg! Blarg! Ah, what a loser. Oh, food comes to you. You summon the food with your possum powers. I can't do this. It's completely on the wrong side. Well, I guess I could try and bend it like Beckham, as it were. I'll give it a try, I guess. This was so doable, and I just screwed it up entirely. Yeah, whatever. Oh yeah, eat the fudge! That's right, we always provide you with fudge here at MoeChicken Streams. You ever need some fudge? It's right there. Yes. I have a fudge shirt now, too. So, that's one of the options available in my delicious, delicious? delicious merch store. It's delicious. Dippable tacos? What are dippable tacos? Please explain. What is a dippable taco? Like, what do you dip it in? Cheese? Is it like fondue? But tacos? I can't hear this game at all. Let's go check. Dippable tacos. I'm very curious what that would be. Let's see. Is my thing burned down? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so you see over there that smoking pile? That's what we're here to take a picture of. So yeah, if you don't know to take a picture of that, you miss it. Taco Bell's pissing you off with ordering, so you got something else. Tell me about the dippable tacos. I want to know. What is that? What do you dip them in? Great Crane Power Arm. Okay. 3 sturdy houses placed. Okay. Well, what's a sturdy house? I guess an iron house is a sturdy house, huh? Do y'all think a brick house would be a sturdy house too? They're deep. Oh, so it's like is it like flautas? I love flautas. Those are good. I'm gonna make iron houses. Oh, no, I'm not. Never mind. I'm gonna make brick houses. 3 of them. There we go. Brick house. Mighty, little and old hang out. Raise a brick. She's the only one built like an Amazon. I like Amazon in that song. It's like she's built like an Amazon. What is that? I don't know, but she is constructed in a way that is similar to an Amazon. Sorry, I'll stop. Check it. Brick! You don't know what I'm talking about. That's Brick House by is that Casey and the Sunshine Band? Yeah, Amazon. It's a fun song. At one point, she says, "Shake it, brick." It's really funny. Well, she's the one, the only one, built like an Amazon. So I think I've told y'all before I do the VR exercise sometimes, and I have discovered through VR exercise that I really like music from the 70s. You see that cover the Commodores? Oh, the Commodores. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a good song. She's the one, the only one, and she's built like an Amazon. Shown up and knocked a strong man to his knees. I got some. Oh, Jungle Boogie, I think, is Casey and the Sunshine Band. Maybe? I don't know. I should know these things. Jungle Boogie. I used to... So I think I've told y'all before, I used to play in a marching band back in high school. And, first of all, it's really fun to play in a marching band in high school. When you're in the stands during football games. Like, I never liked marching itself. I didn't find that very fun. But I really liked playing in the stands at the football games. That was fun for me. Excuse me. And one of the songs we would play was Jungle Boogie. And I was a trumpeter. So it was like that like is really fun to do because you just kind of like roll your fingers on the keys. Why do marching plans always have us play old music like Smoke on the Water? Because it's awesome. It's so good. Probably because the band directors were of an age where that was like hip music for them or whatever. I mean, that's the way it was for my band director. He's about the age where that would have been like music he grew up with. Whatever, I liked it. I like oldies. I grew up listening to oldies because my parents would like play oldies in the car all the time. So like, I was actually more connected to music from like the 60s than I was music from the 90s. Just, that's what I listened to because that's what I listened to in the car. My sister was way into music from the 90s. She was really into the so-called grunge movement, but I was sort of like, nah, man, give me that old-timey 60s music. Yeah, baby. What are you gonna do? Prematurely old chicken. What can I say? So, were you also in a band, Possum? Funky. Get funky. Laugh. Little dragons on the mountain. Adorable. You played saxophone. Very nice. I know a great many saxophonists. Ooh. Ooh. Now, I said I didn't like marching. I guess I like marching okay. I didn't like practicing marching, but actually doing it during games was okay. Because then you just got to show off the efforts of your practice, and it was just sort of like, oh yeah, look how cool I am. I'm walking while playing. I'm doing the roll step. So awesome. But like when you were out there in like 90-degree weather, trying to learn like a song and like a marching routine at the same time, it was just awful. These freaking dragons are awful. Okay, switch to max. Danger, danger, danger. Stupid Gundron, stop. Ugh. Kill him. Block. Die. Oh, sorry, I said something. Hang on, give me a sec. I gotta kill this terrible wizard. Okay, good. Alright, a little space here. Okay, what'd you say? What's worse, out-of-touch band leaders keep arranging oldies, or out-of-touch band leaders arranging hip new music? I mean, I would say the latter, personally. I'd prefer to get to play cool old music that they're passionate about than having them arrange music that they might be less passionate about. Now, if they're passionate about modern music, then that's fine too. I just think it's good when the band director is like into it. I think that's more fun than when the band director's not. Because I had a band director in middle school who never really seemed like he was like into it that much, you know? Kind of felt sort of like he was just getting a paycheck. And then my high school band director actually did always seem like he was really excited about the music. And I definitely like my high school band director more, so. It's good when people are passionate about things, I say. That's what I say. I haven't commented yet on the music in Mount Gundor. It's like weird, like medieval sounding music, and I like it. Speaking of, can y'all hear the music okay? The volume loud enough for you to hear? Freaking Stick Joe is the worst. I don't like Stick Joe at all. Audio good? Thank you very much. You know, it is so nice to have people on stream who I can ask that simple question to, because for many years, I didn't have anybody showing over my streams. So thank you all for being here. Definitely makes things easier on me, the streamer. And makes better content for you, the streamee, I guess, is how you describe yourselves. Yes? Is that how you describe yourself? I assume that's what all people who watch stream are think of themselves as, the streamies. Munching a bag of Grippos. I don't think I know what a Grippo is. What is a Grippo? Ah. Is it like a grape hippo? Rippers? Still doesn't help. Sorry. Is that like a... Is that short for something? Oh, I still have to kill a heat fairy. Freaking heat fairy. Barbecue chips. Oh. Must not be where I live. Interesting. Do y'all have a favorite chip flavor on the subject of chips? Question. Okay, so chip flavor, chip brand is what I'm curious about. Do you have a favorite brand, a favorite chip flavor? For many years, I would have said that my favorite chip flavor is, or a chip flavor and chip brand is Cool Ranch Doritos. Sea salt and vinegar kettle chip. Grippos, okay. I'm glad you've got what you want then, Cyber. But in recent years, I've actually started to really like the sour cream and vinegar and sour cream and onion and salt and vinegar Pringles. That's two different things. You like Dorito? It's so weird how like Doritos are all about the heat nowadays. Like they keep coming out with new flavors that are just an old flavor but with spicy on the front of it. So it's like, have this Dorito, but now it'll burn your mouth. Sour cream Lays are dope. Dope. I think if it's gonna be Lays, I'm just gonna eat the barbecue ones. I'm down with the barbecue Lays. Dope. The idea of dope Lays. Dope Lay sounds like yo play. I hope you enjoyed that. You hate spicy chips, blech. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I've seen a lot more spicy chips recently. I don't know why. I'm not really into them either. Like, I liked it when Doritos was experimenting with like weird flavors. Like not necessarily spicy variants of existing flavors, but like new things. Like for a while there, they had pretty regularly they had like a retro version of their chips that was just sort of like, just kind of tasted like taco flavor. You harvested a Trinidad scorpion pepper last week. Oh, were you in Trinidad? And that sounds intimidating. Are you way into spicy stuff, Cyber? I know you mentioned pepper jelly earlier, so I know at the very least you like the pepper jelly. I have a friend who she's really into hot sauce. She's like one of those kind of people that would like just drink Tabasco sauce, kind of. You know, it's like oh, it's not hot, it just tastes good. That kind of thing. I could never keep up. Like there should be like, you want some hot sauce? And I was just like, no, don't do it to me. No, I have a puny tongue. Oh, this is bad. Gundrons. The bang, 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 bang. Smash, 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 smash. Very good. Yeah, I don't know. Like I know it's one of those things that you get used to. You like it hot, but maybe not this hot. Is that one of those like legendary like death peppers, like the ghost pepper and like the... What's the other one that's supposed to be like unreasonably hot that people like to threaten me with? I know that there's like a couple of peppers that are like, oh, if you eat, only 2% of people in the world have eaten this and lived or whatever. It's like, I don't want to do that, though. I like having a tongue. I don't want it to completely erode. Like, it's like a thing that you get used to, I'm sure, but yeah, for me it's like, no, the whole, I want to be able to continue to eat food. Bap, 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 bonk. Has a habanero flavor, a bit hotter. Okay. A habanero is not too bad, I don't think. There's a term for that, like how, like skull something, skull. Ooh, there's a term for it, like the scale by which you judge pepper acidity or pepper hotness. Scoville. Oh, I was close. Okay, good. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, how does a habanero show up on that? Like, I feel like, honestly, the only reason I think that habaneros aren't that hot is because I've heard of them. And I'm like, oh, if it's one that I've heard of, it's probably not the death pepper. Taste like flaming hot chemical. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Again, if you like it, you like it. Good for you. But for me, it's like, I don't know, man. I'll just like eat something sweet and be happy with that, you know. And then there's also like different types of hot, you know, like there's Thai hot and there's like Latin hot and there's like different types and stuff. And I'm like, there's wasabi hot. And it's like, oh, there are always all these different types of hot. I'm just complaining now about a food that I don't have to eat. And there's like artificial like flavoring hot. Like I bought a bunch of those little Brock's Red Hot candies, thinking it's like, oh, these won't be that bad. Those will be fine. No, they're hot. Like every time I try and eat one, I'm like, oh gosh, why did I do this to myself? So yeah. These stupid dragons are the worst. Oh, stop. Okay. Get some. There was some reason when you can't actually absorb like the holy attack that these things do, it shows up as like wind. So you can't actually throw righteousness back at the dragons. You can only shoot what you got. You want to go? I like how they're all different colors and that they kind of glow. They're very pretty, these Gundrons. For all that they're terrible creatures and I hate them. Yo, what up, dog? Oh, okay. Oh, nice. I gotta take this off. I don't like the clown suit.
That takes care of
Especially if you don't have the hat. If you have the hat, it's not that bad, but I don't have the hat yet. So, no more clown suit. No more clown suit. We're going back to this. There we go. I like that better. He just looks like he's on an adventure. He's like, it's time for me to explore and find new things. I had a good night at the arcade yesterday. Oh, yeah? What'd you get? What'd you win? Oh, Cybernator always shows up to my streams to make me feel bad that he has more arcades than I do. This is what Cybernator does. He just shows up. He's like, hey, bud, I got all the arcades near me. What do you have? None? Haha, that's cool. I know how this works. You won a big bonus on the Waterfalls game for the first time. Congratulations. I actually don't know that game. What is that? Is that like a coin pusher? Or what is it? I don't think I know waterfalls. I know like Pearl Fishery. Uh-oh. Might be too far. Oh no, it wasn't bad. Okay. Which might be really good. Where is it? Okay, I'm just gonna move it here. Move here. Move. How do you can, yeah. Yeah! We learned that from a resident expert who showed up one time. Thank you, resident expert. I think it might have been Modern Fitness, actually. And the Spider-Man coin pusher. Do you remember those water-filled ring toss games? Water-filled. I know ring toss games. Can't say I know water-filled ring toss games, though. I know the ones where you, like, have the little water cannon and you, like, shoot it into, like, a hole to, like, make a thing move or something. Not ring... Oh, is it, like, the ones where, like, there's, like a looping channel of water? Oh, like, handheld toys from... Oh, those things. Yes, I do know those. Okay, I know what that is. You won one of those?
Yeah.
You know that makes me think of is those things you see sometimes where it's like it's like a cylinder of water, and there are little like cylindrical stands kind of at different heights in it, and you have to like try to drop a quarter in so it lands on one of those, and it's just irrational, like no one can win them. Kind of thing. That's what that makes me think of immediately. We have to build things up on blocks. Okay, well, let's put some blocks down. I have blocks? I do have blocks. Okay. Like 2 of these. Do I have like stairs? I need stairs. Stairs? No? Use these, I guess. Okay. Let's get these out of here. Get this out of here. You too. Besides, those are like facing... They're like facing the away from the entrance to the village. Catch rings to get tickets. Catch ting letter rings to spell waterfalls for tiny letter rings, I mean. Oh. And you won the big bonus. Congratulations. Honestly, I would love to actually see you at an arcade, because it's like, I have to assume you're pretty good at them. Like, you're always telling me about, like, I won the this, and I won the this, and I'm like, oh, I win maybe one thing when I go. The last time I went to an arcade, I won something immediately when I arrived, and that was the only thing that I won the entire time I was there. I was like, yeah, I did good. Not after that, though. Never again afterward. Yeah. One of the fun things about building in Heimrada is that, like, you do get to you're like encouraged to build with like these big blocks. So it's kind of like playing with blocks. It's fun. Oh, not that. No. Dave and Busters, you won enough tickets for a coffee cup and a tarot deck. In that order. Sounds cool. When I was at Spencer's earlier today, they had anime tarot cards, so that's a thing. If you needed to know that, that is a thing. Anime tarot cards. I did not get them. Who knows what they would have had me sign had I bought the anime tarot cards. Probably for the best that I did not get the anime tarot cards. But they were there. Doggone it, I need more rocks. Hang on, let me get more rocks from Conda. Conda, I need rocks. You could slay Quick Drop, though. Quick Drop is like the one where you drop the balls in the bucket, that kind of thing. You would have had to sign ahead if I did. Yeah, I mean, that would have been interesting just to see them instantiate, you know, 2D boobs in a 3D world. That would have been something, but it was still jarring enough that they just whipped out this stuffed pair of boobs and they're like, sign this. You donated to our cause. Sign these boobs. Like, no, I'm awkward. Hello, Kanda. I need lots of blocks. Yeah, that'll be enough. Yeah, the other regrettable thing about, like, the win that I got the last time I went to the arcade was, like, the machine that I won on, I was just sort of like, I'm not going to hit this, so I'll just give it a shot. And all of the prizes were, like, stuffed rice balls. So it's like, imagine, like, a plush rice ball. That's all they had in the machine. And so, like, but the machine next to it, which was the same type of game, had something different. And so after I finished with the plush rice ball, I was like, oh, I kind of wish I would have won that machine, which has something more interesting than plush rice balls. Don't get me wrong, my plush rice ball is very cute, but there were cuter things there. You mean a donut? That's right, Brock taught us that. It's a donut, not a rice ball. It's a donut. Do you want one? Eat this donut. I never actually watched the original Pokemon series. Kind of wish I had. It's definitely one of those things where I'm sort of like, oh, I missed out on that. I could have been one of the cool kids watching the Pokes as a child and have like all these fond memories of it, but nah, I didn't watch it. I played the games. I didn't watch the show though. I didn't want to be the very best, like no one ever was. Of course I got the reference. Was it it was a claw machine, but it was not like, it wasn't a, you weren't trying to grab something, you were trying to do something else. Like I think you were supposed to like flip a box over or something. Something like that. I know that the the machine next to it, which I was frustrated by this. The instructions for the machine next to it said something to the effect of, it had like two little dice, like two playing dice, and it said flip over and make an even number to win. And so I flipped over one of them and it landed on a 4. And so I was like, oh, I guess I won. And so I went and got a person. I said, hey, I think I won this one. And he walked up. He said, you have to get both of them. And I was like, I was so frustrated. I was like, that's like thinking to myself. I didn't say it out loud because I'm a coward. But thinking to myself, I was like, yeah, but it's not on. It's not what it says. It's not what it says. Give me my prize. Give me my stuffed donut. It was very salty. I was like, I want it. Give me the donut. Give me a freaking donut. Come on. Alright, let's see. What else? Let's get back to a level. I've wasted enough time on this. Actually, I tell you what, my throat's kind of getting parched. I'm gonna go grab a drink. I will be right back. Y'all go on intermission. Ah, the delicious taste of Cherry Coke Zero. Ah, yeah! Look at those dancing moes and them dancing possums. Nice. Oh, I'm so glad I have emotes now. It really makes me happy. It's just something I wanted for a long time. Alright. Steam Goyong. Okay. Oh, now you want... Oh, welcome back, hot dog. Now you want a Coke? Yeah. Cokes have become expensive, man. I remember when a case of Cokes was like $6. They're like $10 per case now. And so like whenever I go to the store, I have to find like the deals, which are always like must buy multiples of 4. So it's like if you want to get the deal, you have to buy 4 and they have to be like the same thing. So I'm like, okay, well I guess I'll have Coke Zero and Cherry Coke Zero and caffeine-free Coke Zero and maybe a regular Coke. These all gonna be the same thing. Everything is expensive. I mean, it's true. What is that? It's a fish wearing goggles. What? Oh, it's weird though. You're weird. Ah. Oh, jeez. Okay, hang on. When hard candy cost a nickel? I remember when hard candy cost a nickel. Yes. You could pay a hay penny to walk up hill both ways to school in the snow for the privilege of walking uphill both ways in the snow. That's what it was like when I was a child. I actually do remember there was a I guess you'd call it a pharmacy, a place called Far More, Pharmore, in the town where I grew up. And I didn't find this out until much later. It was apparently like a scam or something. But the thing I remember most about it, well, 2 things. One was that it was a pharmacy where you could rent video games, which was awesome. Because, and so like anytime my parents had to go to the pharmacy, I'd be like, can we rent a video game too? The other thing about it was that it was like the only place I knew of where you could get a Coke, like a canned Coke, for 35 cents. A quarter and a dime would actually get you a canned Coke. Keep in mind, like, I know we were just joking about me being old, and I am, but most other places it would be like 50 to 75 cents. But at Far More, you could get it for 35 cents. It was just the weirdest thing. It's very, very cheap sodas. Okay, there's one other thing I remember about Far More. There was this one time where, like, my mom had brought me and my sisters to the Far More because we needed, like, to pick up medicine or something. But it was, like, during a tropical storm. And, so, like, when we went out into the parking lot after we got the things we needed, like, it was, like, you know, can't see, like, 6 feet in front of you kind of rain. And from out of the mist, the shopping carts were, like, driving around in the rain. Like, all the shopping carts were being picked up by the wind and rain and just kind of, like, moving around the parking lot. I just have this vivid memory of walking through the rain and seeing, like, a shopping cart emerge from the mists. Actually, you can still get Winco brand pop cans for 35 cents in their machines. Yeah, Tycho Drift. It was really funny. I don't know what Winco is. I've never even heard of that before. What is Winco? Oh, geez, it's a lot of dudes. All right, you know what y'all need? Machine gun. I'm just gonna gun all of you down. So there's this book series that I've been reading recently, called, the series is called Survival in Another World with My Mistress, which makes it sound a lot more salacious than it actually is. West Coast Cheap Grocery? Oh, okay. Never heard of it. And the premise of the book is it's a standard isekai. The guy winds up in another world, and he basically has Minecraft powers, would be the best way to describe it. Like, he can, like, lay down blocks and, like, craft things and all this stuff. And, like, the kind of one of the ongoing jokes is that none of it makes sense to the residents of the world. Like, they're like, why can you do these things? And he's like, I don't know. They're the special power I was granted when I arrived. It's like, I can play Minecraft here. Where am I going with that? Oh yeah, so I think they're on book 6 now, maybe? And sort of the ongoing plot is that there is, like, when he first arrived, he was found by an elf lady, and she brought him back to, like, their elf village thing, and apparently they were being attacked by or they were being oppressed by the so-called Holy Kingdom, because it's always the Holy Kingdom. I kind of get sick of that, honestly. How it's like the church is always bad in these books. It's always bad. Church is always the bad guys every time. Like my friend said, if there's a pope in the video game, you got to kill the pope. But anyway, no, not that. Put that back. And so, like, he used his Minecraft powers to, like, help them out. And in particular, what he's been doing is introducing Earth military hardware into, like, a medieval setting, basically. And so, like, they're fighting people with, like, who are attacking them with, like, swords and shields with, like, chain guns and, like, grenades. And, it's just kind of like, it makes you feel bad for, like, the bad guys. You know, they don't have a chance. They're just getting mowed down by the hundreds because they can't do anything. And, like, they don't even know what it is. They're getting attacked and they're like, what is happening? They're just pointing at us and we're dying. What's even going on? And, honestly, they do kind of go into it in the book. Like, the guy who, like, the Issei guy, the main character, he talks about, like, how he's had to kind of, like, harden his heart. And he's like, I can't show these people mercy because the goal is to overpower them and, like, make them basically scared to continue. Like, the faster we crush them, the less likely they will try to fight us again. And, you know, lose a lot of people because they don't have a chance. But it's just sort of like, geez, y'all. It's brutal, man. Tell you what, guns are rough if all you got is medieval hardware. Like when guns were introduced to feudal Japan. From what I understand, like, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard this idea that, like, guns were developed in Japan, and then, like, they stopped using them because they didn't like them or something. Like, the ruling class was sort of like, no, we don't want to use these. Like, we want to go back to swords and bows. And so they just, like, stopped using guns for a while, and then, like, I think it was Nobunaga who was like, no, we're going to use guns. And he started using them again. Are you sure? I thought they already had them. Oh, well. The Dutch brought them over. Oh, hey, dude. The Dutch? The Dutch came to Japan? It's a long way for the Dutch. The other thing that made me think, like, the other idea I had about why they didn't use them is just that, from what I understand, one of the reasons that there's a culture of, like swordsmithing is seen as a almost religious thing in Japan, in turn, like, at least when compared to, like, swordsmithing in Western, like, Europe. Is because iron is just a lot less common there. The Dutch were the only people they traded with? Oh, early on? Okay. Yeah, and then what was his face? Who was that guy? The guy with the black ships. It was like, please open the port or whatever. Anyway, yeah. The reason that like weapon making or like sword making was seen as like very important and like so forth is just they just didn't have as much iron, and so that's why so much like they had like a bow culture because that used wood, and a lot of their armor was based on like lamellar armor using wood is because they had more wood than iron, and like only the central parts of it, like the part that covers the torso, was metal.
Alright. That takes care of you guys.
I think the rationale for that is that since it's an island nation, they just didn't have that much access to iron. I don't know if that's true. I'm probably spouting nonsense, but it makes sense. And so I could see if that's the case, that they would be like, we're not going to waste our precious iron on, like, bullets. No, we're going to just use swords and arrows. You shoot an arrow and you can go get it. Oh, 9. Okay. Lots of shots. Lots of shots. Where do I need to get to? It seems like straight across actually might be my best bet. Who was that guy? I can't remember. Is Admiral something? He was like the guy who showed up from like, it was either the American Commodore Perry? It was Commodore Perry. It was Commodore Perry. That sounds right. He's like the guy who showed up from like either England or America, and he like stood on his boat or something and like asked for Japan to like open their ports. He was like in the little place that the Japanese are like, all right, foreigners, you can live here. And he's like, oh, open your ports. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know things. I'm just playing golf. Boing. You're right? Okay, cool. I like being right. Thank you. I like being right. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like a big chicken. Boy, I nailed this. Did y'all see it? I actually just got an eagle. I got an eagle. 2 above par. Feeling so good. Won at Svita. Got a medal. So good. Oh, shoot. I ate it. I didn't mean to eat that. I was saving, like, the fishing contest, and I actually caught, like, thank you. Thank you very much. I actually caught a gigantic fish when I was playing on my own, and I was going to use it for the next fishing contest. And then when Monica was eating all those fish, she ate it. So, doggone it, Monica. She's like, what? It was good. You didn't tell me you were keeping it for something. And she's like, yeah, I did. I told you specifically, don't eat the marlin. She's like, but it was good. Went to a place called Top Golf last week. Oh, yeah, I've been there. What'd you think? Did you like it? For those who don't know, it's Top... Well, Cyber, do you want to explain what Top Golf is, or you want me to explain it? It's a fun place if you like golf. I am not good at golf, and so I did not know what to do there. But I have been before. All right, well, we got a little ways into Mount Gondor. I tell you what, though. Like I mentioned earlier, I kind of want to play some more Castlevania. show it off. Does yours have the shooting from the 3rd floor? Yes. So I'll just try to explain, and you can let me know if I get anything wrong. The way it's set up, it's kind of set up like a series of driving ranges that are like stacked vertically on top of each other. So there's like one row of driving ranges. There's like a staircase, and then another row, up, and everybody drives in the same direction. And out in the driving range area, there are a series of like marked pits, I guess, for lack of a better term, with like nets crisscrossed on them. And the idea is that sort of like you're trying to drive the ball into the nets to score points, and you just try to you play games with the other people in your group to try to get the highest score. It's a cool, and there's like food, there's like bar food, and you can get alcohol, and it's a good time. It's fun. Again, if you like golf. I don't really play golf, so I didn't really know what I was doing. I did kind of terribly, but I did enjoy the food. It was good. So it was like what's funny too is it's one of those places that I think advertises itself as like workplace bonding locations. And so the only time I've been, it was with people I work with. We all went there as like a team bonding exercise, and it was fun. It was a good time. Again, I was terrible at it, but it was fun. Work bonding, yeah. You gotta be friends with your workmates. Gotta get that Asian fusion. It's a JonTron reference. Let's see, who all did we do last time? Who all did I show off last time? I don't think we actually got to Shinoa, did we? No, we did get to Shinoa. Yeah, inverted work, yeah. I think that's kind of what they push. Let's see. So we did Soma, Pretty Boy Soma, Pretty Boy Alucard, John Boy, Shinoa, and Charlotte, and then we did Simon. Yeah, that's right. All right, so let's show someone new. So today I will show off. Let's show off Maria Reynard. So Maria Reynard is her child form. She's very colorful. I'm gonna use Goth Maria. And she is the version of Maria from Castlevania Rondo of Blood, and she fights doves. She throws doves. I work from home, my coworkers are my cat, and she hates me. She hates your what was it? She hates your craft projects. So she's got like Juchue. Was that Juchue? Qinglong, Baihu. So this is Byako, Shenryu? No. I'm blanking. The dragon and then the bird. And yeah, she's fun. So let's see. I want to go to. Let's go to chapter 1. That's easy enough. I gotta set up my stuff. I'm just wearing casual clothes. Put on this God's garb. Or better. I could give her a wedding dress. That's reasonable for an 8-year-old. Right? No red flags there. Put on your princess hat. Yes. Oh, so this is exciting. I got Mercury boots recently. This is something you want. There are 2 pieces of footwear in this game that are very valuable for you to get as soon as you can. One of them is the Mercury boots, and one of them is the Sonic shoes. Mercury boots are from level 7. Sonic shoes are for level 9. The Sonic shoes are a lot harder to get the Mercury boots. I think you get the you can get the Mercury boots on normal difficulty, but you have to get the Sonic shoes on hard difficulty. But they just make you a little bit faster, and it helps you get through the levels. As I was talking about before, it's like so much of this game is doing things over and over again. So being able to just kind of get through it a little bit faster, that's nice because it gets you to the next run, and the next run, and the next run. Very fun. Where's my mastery ring? Master ring, there we go. But yeah, Maria is kind of unusual in that they nerfed her a little bit when they made the PS3 version. In her original incarnation, there was something about her stats. And I don't remember exactly what it was, but there was something about her stats that made her, like, really way overpowered. She's a DLC character. Also, she just throws doves. Got boomerang doves. Look at her go. Boomerang doves. Very powerful. What else can she do? She can sing, or she can throw birds. She can sing. She sings Bloody Tears from Castlevania 2, which is really fun. It's a fun little reference. La 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 la. What else can she do? She can turn into a turtle. Very important. You can have what you want. Turtle. What else can she do? She can throw birds. She can throw a cat. There it goes. And she can, nope, that's the wrong one. What have I not done? I haven't done pops. No, that's birds. What have I not done? Forward. You can throw a dragon. There we go. Yeah, she's kind of fun. She's a very cute character. She's also a little bit shorter than most of the other characters, which I think allows her to dodge some moves that others would be hit by, which is kind of fun. If you're not familiar with Maria Reynard from Rondo of Blood, Rondo of Blood for the TurboGrafx was excellent game that was sort of one of the first Castlevania games to really give you the opportunity to play as like a dedicated different character. No, this is the Maria that I draw is not based at all on this character. Although I did for my Castlevania Akumojo Dracula Gecko no Yasukyoku, basically Symphony of the Night in Japanese playthrough. I did play as Maria, and I did draw my Maria as this Maria, as an adult. So, sort of. That was a very rambling answer to your question, but no, they are different people. But anyway, yeah, so in Rondo of Blood, you were allowed to play as either Richter Belmont, who is a standard Belmont character, he's a standard whip-using Belmont character, or if you rescued her, you could play as Maria. And Maria made the game way easier, like just stupid amounts of easier than Richter, because she's like more mobile, she has better attacks, she's faster, like everything. She does this, which is cute. She like has a tantrum on the ground. Look at her go. She's the game on easy mode, which is funny because she's like an 8-year-old girl. So like, if you need to defeat Dracula, go find an 8-year-old. They're gonna be able to do it way better than any burly dude can. That's what you learn in Castlevania Rondo of Blood. Also, throw cats and skeletons. They will handle all your problems for you. It's true. Castlevania teaches us these things. Unrelated, well, semi-related because it's Castlevania. I found out yesterday that there actually is another Castlevania game in the works. I was so surprised about that because I thought they had basically given up on the IP. Unfortunately, at least as things stand right now, it is a mobile game. That's knocked against it number one. Knocked against it number two, it is only planned to be released in China. So, yeah. So it's an official game. It's an official Konami game. But only released in China, and it's on cell phones. So I doubly don't care. I was very sad because I was like, oh, they're making a new Castlevania game! Only cell phones, and also only in China. Okay, never mind. I was excited for a second. I was really excited for a second. Cat. That was a cat. Another kind of fun thing about Maria is that, So all of these animals that she's throwing around, if you're familiar, are the 4 sacred beasts from, I think it started with the Chinese mythology, and then was carried over to a lot of like Japanese stuff. What is the dragon's name? I don't think it's Shinryu. It's Genbu the tortoise, Byakko the white tiger, Suzaku the vermilion bird, and the dragon. The dragon. There's a dragon too. The Azure Dragon. What is his name? I can't remember. Anyway. And so she has access to these 4 sacred beasts. But what's funny is that it's not really explained why she has access. Like, it's kind of hinted at that maybe... Because, like, when you first find her, she's been captured by the enemy. And it's sort of hinted at that maybe she was, like, captured and, like, these 4 creatures were, like, sealed in her or something. But it's not super clear. But because she's a child, she summons child versions of all of them, which is cute. Castlevania Mausoleum Run. So like she can only summon like little she instead of summoning Byakko the white tiger, she summons Byakko the white kitten. It's really cute. I really like it. And then what's also fun is that in the again, if you're interested in this, go watch my playthrough of it on YouTube. In her adult form, she can summon the full-sized versions. So it actually is just supposed to be this thing where, like, as a kid, she can't actually summon them as adults because she herself is not an adult. But then when she gets older, she can summon them correctly. I think it's funny. Go, cat! Yes, destroy them, kitty. Very good. I wish I could remember what the thing is that made her more dangerous in her original incarnation. All I really remember is that, like, I think what it was that, like, her, I think her attacks were based on, like, her physical stat, but they were treated like magic or something like that. There was some statistical thing about her that just made her, like, absolutely broken in her original design. She is really cute. She's super adorable. She's hella adorbs, and she's got, like, cute outfits too. Very cute. I like Maria a lot. I do still like adult Maria more, but both of them are good. Another fun thing, actually, like Richter and Maria, or just Rondo and Blood in general, was like a big deal when it came out. And I think the Castlevania devs have kind of a soft spot for Richter and Maria because they show up in a lot of places. Like, those two keep showing up in other games. And so, like, if you play through Portrait of Ruin, which is my favorite one for the DS, and you beat it, you get access to Richter and Maria mode, where you can play as Richter and Maria. And it's fun. Wah! Another fun thing that they changed for this iteration of the game from the original Rondo of Blood. So all of these moves that she has are authentic to her original character. But in the original game, they were treated as sub-weapons, kind of like you would get from a regular Castlevania game where you, like, find them in torches and stuff like that. And the hymn, like her little singing thing, was relatively uncommon to find. And it was kind of a joke weapon in that she actually sang very badly in the original incarnation. Like, the idea was that she can't sing very well in her original version. So they actually gave her, like, a decent singing voice in this game. For the original, she was like, la 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 la. It's really funny. It's like the reason she was doing damage to the enemies was that they couldn't stand listening to her sing. I thought it was funny. Don't make me throw doves at you, Gargoth. Get out of here. I'll sing some more at your feet. Oh no! Oh lord, he coming! I've actually been playing, look at her go! She did like a little tumble thing. That was funny. I have been playing Portrait of Ruin in my off time as well recently. And, it's a good game. Kind of interesting seeing this very European story in aesthetics, but with a Japanese coat of paint. I mean, that's something that I really admire Japanese game developers for, is that, like, I don't know if it's just that we only got the games that did this, but right from the start, a lot of Japanese games used, like, Western stuff. Like, you think about, like, Dragon Quest. That's a huge game in Japan, and it's got, like, a very European Western flavor to it. Like, I wouldn't even know how to start writing a story that was supposed to authentically take place in Japan. You know, it's like I'd have to do all kinds of research, and they're just sort of like, no, bro, we'll do it. We'll just set our game somewhere else. That's fine. I don't know. Admirable. But yeah, I mean, one of the cool things about Castlevania as a series is, because it's an old series, they've gotten a lot of time to, like, learn a lot of stuff. And so, you get, there's a lot of, like, mythology references throughout the game. Like, if you ever play the Shin Megami Tensei games, they're kind of the same way, where, they have tons of references to mythologies around the world. And it's cool to see that in Castlevania games, too. Alright, we're gonna play as Richter next. Richter is about as Belmonty a Belmont as you will find. Let's go with...
Let's go.
Teal Richter. Now, an interesting thing about Richter here is that he, what was I about to say? He, as you play as him, he learns certain, they call them martial arts, and that's exactly what they are. They're like special moves. Oh my goodness, my stomach is not doing well with my dinner. Sorry about that. So the one he starts off with is spin kick. And if used properly, his martial arts can make him, like, almost invincible. Like, once there's certain ones that you can get that will make him just stupid powerful. It's really funny. Let's put on the guard. That's guard. It's also really funny to imagine these characters wearing these outfits. Like, right now he's wearing, like, a sainted, like, mantle with, like, a snake hat and boots with wings on them. Red boots with wings on them. And now he's gonna put on the Benton raiment, which is like a kimono with one of those little fluttery ribbons behind it. It's very silly to imagine what this character looks like right now. Master Ring. That's fashion, baby. Sissy that walk. Alright, let's go see the Lord of Unseen Strings. Yeah.
You too shall be my puppets.
The other kind of funny thing about Richter is that, like, because of the game he's from, they don't really have a very good running animation for him. So, well, let me put that differently. They don't have a medium running animation, and so the animation they went with is his sprint animation from the original game. And so he kind of looks like he should be going faster than he is. It's very silly. That said, again, if you play as Richter, he's about as straightforward a Belmont as you can get. Very straightforward. He also, I think, has the longest reach with his whip because of the way he like extends his arm. He was also another another DLC character. I realized earlier that we're actually missing one of the DLC characters, so I'll have to go see if I can track him down after this stream's over. Ow, stop that. Wait, I can kick? Super kick? Yeah. Okay, so here's a question for y'all. I love alternate color schemes. Alternate color schemes, costumes, all of that stuff. I love it. Wall meat! Delicious wall meat! I love that kind of stuff. I'm not the only person who loves that, right? Like, it's a big deal to me. I love changing color schemes. I love changing weapons. I like special animations, all that stuff. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, like, the fact that you can choose all these different colors for each character in this game, super exciting for me. This isn't what I remember from Castlevania. Does that mean you have background with Castlevania, Possum? I have been playing the Castlevania games for many a year. I knew it was a succubus all along. It wasn't Yoko, it was a succubus. Kick! I gotta water these mushrooms. Get it. I really do wonder if they will ever make another Castlevania game. Like, other than that one I was talking about earlier that's like a full console release kind of Castlevania game, not a cell phone game or a pachinko game or something. Like, that's something that's been happening a lot within recent years, is that a lot of these like really old production companies, like the really storied game developers like Konami, Capcom, and Nintendo, have been putting out like continuations of series that have been dead for like 20 to 30 years, and they're like, yeah, let's make another one. And it's just like, what? Really? You want to re-release that game? And I mean, I'm excited. I'm exciting. I'm excited by that. But it's just like, oh. And so I guess that's why I kind of still keep hope alive for some of these series that have been gone for so long. It's like, maybe someday, maybe they'll decide to make another Castlevania and it'll be good. We'll see. Seeing some gameplay and what I remember is full screen for rooms, not this full house layout. What are the numbers? Oh, the numbers are, so the way that these get, well, let me address the first thing. Okay, so this this game is pretty different from other Castlevania games, but it mimics the general vibe of an exploration Castlevania game. So what is commonly referred to as a Metroidvania game, which is a term I don't very much like, so I don't use it, comes from a series of Castlevania games that were developed following the creation of Castlevania Symphony of the Night for PlayStation. So Symphony of the Night came out and it introduced this idea of rather than like courses, which is what you would have seen in like the earlier Castlevania games, where it's just get to the end, fight a boss, go to the next level. In Symphony of the Night, they introduced this idea of one castle that you explore, and you can go in different ways, and like you backtrack and you explore and you get new items and stuff like that. That is the quote-unquote Metroidvania model. When this game was made, they wanted to use that same concept of exploring one continuous area, but because it was designed to be played by multiple people at the same time, most of the levels are still set up in kind of like a big rectangle with a series of interconnected areas. And so, like, for example, in this level, if I were playing with multiple people, I started in the lower right. Someone would start in the upper left. Someone would start in the upper right. Someone would start in the lower left. And so you could all like come together and like you'd have to like find each other in the maze, and then you could fight together and then like defeat enemies. It's really cool. Again, this game is great if you play it with other people. It's just unfortunately, you know, it's a PS3 game and it's only supported through PSN, and you have to like get it in this particular way and all that nonsense. And they never made another one. So that's the idea behind that. So probably what you have seen were the course-oriented Castlevania games, where it's more one screen per room kind of thing. The other thing briefly about the numbers, all of the levels in this game, or at least most of the levels in this game, were put together using assets from other Castlevania games. And so in the original Castlevania game that was from, Dawn of Sorrow, those numbered rooms were part of a puzzle. In this, it's just background. They don't do anything. They're just numbers. So it's more of a reference to the original game than something useful for this game. And yeah, it is really neat, and I wish they'd make another one. It's like, I can't do it for you, Konami. I'll buy that. I'll buy it immediately. But I can't do it if you don't make it. Grumble, grumble. Whatever. They have to do what they do for their shareholders and all that, and I get it, but it's still disappointing for me. It's always disappointing when someone does something really cool and they don't ever do it again, you know? And I'm sure there are reasons why, you know, there's probably plenty of reasons why they don't do it again. But it's still always kind of disappointing when you're a fan. Yeah. This game was great. It's a really well-made game. They just stopped making Castlevania games, and so there you go. They didn't make any more. Rather, they only make Castlevania games for mobile consoles now. They do actually have a Apple Arcade Castlevania game, which I think I mentioned this before, pretended to be like this, but it's very mobile gamey. Like when you play it, you can immediately feel it's like, oh, they're just trying to get me to like, it's got like a gotcha system and like auto attacks and all these things which are like very obviously mobile games. And I'm saying that with stink on it because I was disappointed. Because like when I first heard that they were going to be coming out with another one, I was like, oh great, it'll be just like the old days. And then I played it and I was like super duper disappointed. So, there you go. I hope the Chinese folks like their game. Their mobile game. We might get to play it eventually. Give it a try at least. I'm just griping about mobile games now. I like consoles, okay? I don't want to play everything on my cell phone. Give me more console games. I was talking on Discord earlier today about like, or rather I was in Discord listening to people talking about this other game called like Palia. It's like a MMO and it looks really cool and I kind of want to play it, but it's only for Steam. And I think mobile games. And I'm like, come on, man. I got consoles. Why did I pay $500 for this stupid thing? Put the games on it. It really reminds me of those fake mobile ad of the guy fighting monsters in boxes to level up to fight the big. Oh yeah, those. I know those. I know what you're talking about. It's like level 1 and it shows like a wimpy guy. It's like level 5 and it shows like a slightly bigger guy. This is like level 50 and it's like a guy with like bat wings. Level 99 it's got like a gold guy with bat wings and horns or whatever. The Hello Kitty Island Adventure game is only for iPhone and back. Yeah. The music production software that I use to make all my songs on my channel is only available on iOS. And I would love to have that on my PC. But it ain't gonna happen. I've been waiting years for them to do that, and they're not gonna do it. Not interested. Oh well. Again, shareholders or whatever. I even tried at one point in time to set up like a a virtual machine on my computer to do it that way, but I couldn't get it to work right. It was like really laggy and stuff. Oh well. They're minor problems. And actually, in a way, the fact that I have to play or have to do my music production on my iPad is good, because it means that I wind up like doing music in like weird places. And so I often come up with like stranger compositions because I'm like somewhere unusual. This is the Puppet Master. He got puppets. I think Whip Diddley, yeah. He's moving now. Do you think it's because Apple has a more targeted audience in Asia? Honestly, I don't know. I have no idea why they would. I mean, it's probably easier to localize to China than America. Like from, and I also think that the people making the game, the Castlevania game I was talking about, are like, I think they're like subcontracting or something. Like I don't think Konami is making the game. I think they're like, oh, you guys want to use the Castlevania IP? Sure, we don't do anything with it anymore. And so they just sort of like, they're making like a game that's like tangentially related, I think, something like that. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about it. I only found out about it yesterday because I was looking some stuff up to work on that picture I was talking about earlier. Which I should show you all before we end the stream. So we'll probably end it after this fight. And I thank y'all for showing up. I hope you enjoyed it.
I need only place this puppet right inside here.
As for why like my audio software is only on my iOS, I think that is because there's this. I feel like for many years, Apple has kind of maintained this idea that like Apple is the creator's OS, so like they supposedly have better support for like graphics and sound. I don't really know that that's the case anymore. I don't know the exact details about it, but I know that that was something that was advertised for a while. And so I assume that when the company who makes the audio software I use, Korg, decided they wanted to release Korg Gadget, they're sort of like, well, we'll just release it for the OS that more musicians would likely be using anyway. So it's a bit of a gripe for me, but you know, there are other DAWs. I've been thinking of taking the plunge and buying Fruit Loop or FL Studio, Fruit Loop Studio, recently, but it's expensive, and I don't even know if it'll work. Whatever. All right, what do we get? Open. Wingtips. Well, now I can go to church. Cool. All right. So we got two more characters to show off. Next time I play this, we're gonna show off Julius Belmont, and then oh no, we got Yoko too. I don't think I've shown Yoko yet. This is the character that I'm about to show you the picture I'm drawing of. Her name is Yoko Belnatis. She is she's a witch, and funny thing about her. So the game she's from is set in 2035, and in that game, she is 24, which means right now she's 12. If she were a real person, right now this woman is 12 years old, which is funny. I don't know. I find that kind of funny. All right. let me show you the picture I'm working on, and then also show y'all the, since everyone wasn't here for it, I'll show you the website. Let's see. So first, I'll show you the website. This here is my storefront. No, not you. Get over here. This. There you go. I lost my other thing. Is that? Yeah, it has my storefront. It's got a couple of shirts in here. We got the Pretty Cluckin' Cool, and we got some stickers, and we got fudge, and we got a couple colors for each of them, and that's that. So there's that. And then, let's see, to get there, you go MoeChicken.creator/spring or creator-spring.com. This is going to be on my in the description on my those buoys on Ur desktop. What? Anyway, this is going to be in my description on my Twitch page, and then it's also going to start being in the description on my videos if you are interested in getting a shirt. There it is. And as I go forward, I'll make more. Willing to take suggestions. One of the things I think Ruguru mentioned at the beginning was the idea of, oh, the girl on my desktop? Yes, Maria. There she is. I seem to recall someone was like, this girl needs to go see a chiropractor because you can see both her boobs and her butt at the same time. It's a very deep. It's actually based on another picture. I can show you the picture that's from. There is an artist called Katagiri Hachigo. I think I've shown these off before. They do like the Pokemon humanoid characters. This is just Windows. Windows 10. Yeah, they do like humanoid Pokemon characters, but they also did this series for like I don't know what it's from, but it's like these girls in like leather. So the one that this is based on is this one. Yeah, this is the one that was based on. So I just kind of took the pose and then decided to make it into Maria. How did I make it look like that? Oh, like the windows and stuff. That is a program called Window Blinds. If you go to this website, wincustomize.com, there's like a bunch of things you can do. So like I changed my mouse cursor, and I have Windows blinds, so you can like change things if you want. Play desktop, changes. Eventually it changes. Change. Or it freezes the computer. That's the other option. Is it gonna do it? There we go. Okay. Normally does not take that long. Anyway. Yeah, that's all that is. I'll change it back later. It's real fun. Now, one thing I'll let you know though. I recommended this to a friend once, and he complained that it was a resource draw on his computer. So he's like, I had to uninstall it because it was draining resource on my computer. That's not that big a deal for me because I don't do a whole lot of like really intense computing, so it's not usually an issue. But just know that. Anyway, the other thing I want to show you is the picture I'm working on. So, let's see. Here she is. That is the picture I'm currently working on. That's the full drawing for it. And I think it's coming along pretty well. I like how her face turned out. I don't usually draw lips very well, and I think her lips actually look pretty good here, which was nice. So yeah, I'll show y'all when I finish that. Anything else to show y'all? And show y'all, I'm just showing and telling right now. I could show you some little 3D figurines that I'm working on. Oh yeah, this sketch makes her look like she's holding a gourd. Oh, yeah, because of her. I had to move her shoulder. Originally, like you can see where her shoulder originally was. It was too close to her neck, and so I'm gonna have to fix this. But I had to move her arm over a little bit. And yeah, it does sort of looks like she's holding a gourd. That's funny. She's not. That's her shoulder. But for right now, yes, it could be a gourd. Maybe she's just selling you a gourd. She's like, hey, do you want my delicious watermelon? It's small. I'll go ahead and show you the other thing I was working on. Will this change your mind? Let's see. So I got 2 of these I'm working on right now. If it'll load. I just said that I don't do a whole lot of intense computer. Oh yeah, here we go. Look at this cool guy. That's Remy. He's like a fancy lad, and he's like, hey, let me talk to you. Isn't he cute? I'm actually really happy with him. That's Remy, and then did I already download Sophia? I was working on Sophia earlier. Let's see if I actually got it. Downloads. Y'all get to see all up in my computer right now. Sophia Default. Is she finished? She may not be finished yet. Come on, load. Nah, she's not done yet. I can show y'all next time when she's finished. Well, it doesn't take long to do. Digging around in them files, learning all about my data. Just do it this way. Don't worry what I'm doing on the other screen. It's not important. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Boop. Open. There she is. There's Sophia. She's standing with her hands on her hips and she's ready for action. Yes. These 2 are friends from another game idea I have. Has these 2 as like the protagonists. So. All right. Well, I guess I have to stop. She's caked up. she does have a bit of a butt romp on her, doesn't she? I mean, Remy did too, actually. That's the way like those particular what do you want to call them? Chibis are drawn. Like I'll show you a drawing of one of them so you can see what I'm talking about. Pictures. Somewhere in here, all that stuff. Chibis. Here's my feeble human form. In a chibi form. For a while there, I was doing one of these every day, and then here's Charlotte. Here's Charlotte from Castlevania. So you can see they have these simple heads where it kind of looks like a bee, and then their bodies are very like bottom heavy, so to speak. So their upper bodies are kind of small, and their lower bodies are very bottom heavy, and it's fun. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. I'll go ahead and let y'all go. But thank you for coming out. This has been Dark Cloud 2 and Castlevania Harmony of Despair. And thank you for stopping by.